guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So for today, I'll be covering part 8 of the story about our favorite 64-year-old roughneck, which is titled, After 45 Years of Marriage, My Wife Used WhatsApp to Have an Affair, Now I'm Contemplating You Know What. And guys, I don't need to do a big recap at this point. You all know what's going on if you're watching this saga here. Our guy's 64, married 45 years, she was cheating, he's done with her, blah, blah, blah. And her lover magically disappeared, and the police have been investigating him and all that. It's a big mess. But our guy has one heck of a sense of humor. Well, in the last episode, the guy really talked about how, for the first time in a while, he was stuck with his ex, or soon-to-be ex-wife, the bride as he calls her, because he was at a family gathering, if you will, and somehow it got out that he was away in Nevada, and she was really prying him for information, and he pretty much let her know that he was there at a getting special services of a trade that's legal in Nevada. And let's just say, as you recall, his bride, as he calls it, didn't take it too well. In fact, she lost her crap over it. Went home, and then some of his kids showed up with the grandkids, and there she is as well, still crying about it. And of course, she's having a meltdown. Well, anyhow, here we are with another update here for his weekly thing. I really enjoy these because I like this guy. And he's going to be talking about more what's going on with the police. Because remember, her lover went missing. He went missing, and the only thing in his garage was a bunch of blood, and detectives and police are checking in on this guy here, questioning him. He got himself a lawyer, and this guy here was quite the local ladies' man, if you will. He was having affairs with multiple women. So obviously there's got to be other people that he's angered that could potentially cause some damage there, or there could be other things going on. But before I get into the update real quick, a guy wrote into me thanking me and the channel for really helping him get through a tough year of his breakup with his fiance. And that'd be going to read real quick. For all you guys that may be going through a hard time, this might make you feel better, give you hope. Real quick, this guy says, Hey SSM, I want to give big thanks to both you and the community for helping through a very tough year. I started watching your channels at the recommendation of a friend of mine when trouble was definitely brewing with my now ex-fiance. Well, that's a good friend. Shout out to the friend. Well, after months of listening to enough stories, I was able to connect the dots on red flags I never even knew were red flags. Lo and behold, I found evidence that she was, wait for it, sleeping with her boss. She is a real estate agent and clearly liked his flashy lifestyle, etc. When I look back, the signs were always there, but again, I had no idea what they were. Yeah, a lot of guys just don't know. Either they're completely ignorance is bliss, if you will, and also they just don't know what red flags to look for. And you watch enough of these videos, hear enough of these stories, you're like, oh, okay. Her glued to her phone all the time. That's curious. That's a red flag. Her hiding the phone from me, red flag. Her being out later at night or staying late after work for suddenly having to have drinks, red flags. All dressing better all of a sudden. Going to the gym more, red flags. A slowdown in the loving. All these things, you put them together, something's up. And real estate agent, huh? Well, I ended the engagement, and I'll spare you the dramatic details. I kicked her out of my apartment and vowed to never be as clueless as I was before and after, and never put myself in a situation like that again. Since then, I've been on a journey of self-improvement on all fronts. I gave myself 1 year to achieve the following goals. Number 1, listen to at least 2 of your videos every day. Number 2, read 5 books that I found on success, self-improvement, etc. Number 3, drop about 20 pounds. He says, yes, I put on the relationship gut. Number 4, while dropping weight, put on some muscle by hitting the weights. And number 5, get a better paying job. Dude, those are all great goals. You should have these goals regardless. You're trying to get over an ex or something like that, but that's fantastic. Good for you. I'm happy to say that 1 year later, I've achieved all 5 of my goals, and my life is infinitely better. There you go, bro. You made it your mission. And you didn't have some chick to slow you down. I'd love to know what she's doing at your. I'm sure the guy that she was cheating with probably she was fun for him, but now that she probably wanted to get serious with him, you know, he's probably like, nah, no thanks. And I'm sure she's probably not the first agent or employee he was banging. Both my family and friends tell me how often and how much happier I seem, and I know it had a lot to do with turning my life around and putting myself on a course of constant progress. I'm not going to lie, it was very hard in the beginning, as I had been with her for 4 years, and really thought she was a good one. Nope, I was just blind and she was very sneaky. So many guys say that. I thought I found the one. I thought I got a good one. And then lo and behold, she's doing the crap that you hear in these stories. Again, guys, 4,000 videos in 6.5 years. You start to pick up patterns here. To all the guys out there who are going through a tough breakup, things will get better. You just have to force yourself to get your butt off the couch and make things happen for yourself. You must also know that progress will come in leaps and bounds, but you will get there. Amen, dude. I'm now looking forward to what comes next down the road for me. I've set a new set of goals for the next year, and I'm hell-bent on making them happen. SSM, thank you for everything you do, as well as thank you to the guys. Brad, good short story. I'm so proud of you. Yeah, you went through hell. He didn't say how old you are, but I'm guessing you can't be that old. So, yeah. And you didn't mention, I don't know, man, I'd like to hear the details, the whole when you confronted her, kicked her out and all that. I'd like to hear also what's going on with her. I mean, if you guys want to hear more about Brad and all that, let Brad know here, and I'm sure he'll write in. They usually do if you guys do requests. But there you go, guys. We can't, shit happens in life. Most of you are aware of that by now, especially the older you get. The only thing you can control is how you react to that and what you choose to do with that, And I'm glad instead of getting depressed and feeling sorry for yourself and all that, which a lot of guys do, you said, I'm going to get my shit together and really give a shout out and buy a six-pack to your bro that recommended the channel. He probably saw things in your relationship that you didn't want to see or hear about, and that's why I recommended the channel, and thank God you listened. Okay. On to the update. He says, well, a lot has happened in a week. Dude, in your world, there's always something happening. Where to begin? First, Trevor. He is still missing in action. I've been invited to 2 additional chinwags with the cops. The last one got pretty heated. Detective LB, who I call Little Balls, he's the one from the other county where Trevor's missing. Well, he went into some detail into his theory of how I ended Loverboy and disposed of his body. Freaking cops. He's a bald little shit in addition to having a severe case of little man syndrome, so when I started calling him Mini Kojak, he got all pissy and laid his hands on me. This guy cracks me up. He's 64 years old, had a tough life, but did what he had to do, what he could do, and all that. And he's at a point in his life in his 60s, he doesn't give a shit. That's what's funny about people when they get to a certain age. They just say what's on their mind. They don't give a shit, even to the police. Little Kojak. And he laid his hands on you, huh? The local detective shut him down and they left. Then the local sheriff, we only have county sheriffs and a few deputies, no local police, came into the conference room to make peace. My attorney was livid. It was like watching a little gray-haired grandma rip on a very important person, and all the sheriff could do was stand there and take it. Then Detective LB came in and apologized to me. Yeah, because he's probably told you're going to get a month without pay or something like that. The sheriff assured me that Detective LB would not be involved in the investigation going forward and would be disciplined. I let him know I was fine and didn't want any trouble. But I was curious about what pissed off the little chihuahua, being vertically challenged or being ugly with a buffoon ass. Little man did a good job, a damn good job of not losing his shit. The sheriff escorted him out, and I could hear the local sheriff ripping Detective LB all the way down the hall. Well, that's good. Yeah, you said in one of your updates that you're acquainted, the sheriff in your area, which is beneficial, but still, given this dude's gone missing and a pile of blood in his garage, you're not taking any chances, because he's going to do his job. However, I'm off the hook. Really? Well, that's good to hear. I had to be intentionally vague before to you and the law. I knew I hadn't done anything, but there is another person that took it really hard and has the same attributes that made me a suspect. Yeah, my son. He's 44 years old, 6'1", probably 260. That's a big dude. He lifts weights daily and looks like the Hulk without green skin. And after I was sure he or my brother hadn't done anything, then I told my attorney I'd cooperate any way I could, but it wasn't necessary. So your son was a suspect and somebody else. Interesting, dude. Apparently, old Trevor was quite the ladies' man. My bride, 3 other semi-co-workers, women that worked for local governments but different counties, and, wait for it, 2 women in his town, and it gets better. One of them is pregnant. You couldn't make this shit up. Well, you probably could, but now it's happening in real time. Good God Almighty. He says, oh, but wait, there's more. There is undisclosed amounts of money missing from the different government agency accounts. So it's no longer a missing person situation. I had asked about a significant amount of possible blood, but they weren't sharing any information. So connect the dots here. He's banging women from different government offices, from different areas, and magically money is missing. I'd love to know how much money. Obviously, he got them to take it out, and I wonder if, he faked the whole thing, and took the money and he's disappeared. That seems like the very likely case. Or somebody got pissed off, or there's no honor amongst thieves. He got the money some way, somehow, and then somebody took care of him and got the money and made him disappear. I don't know. It could be all sorts of different things here. But I'm glad you said you're off the hook now. Thank God. Now you can focus on your life and getting divorced. As for the bride, it's marvelous. They had to admit her to the stress ward of the hospital. And you know what? She probably blames you. He went to a prostitute in Nevada. So I guess life is good. I suppose I should feel a little bad for her being there. I wouldn't. I sure made things as hard and miserable as I could for her. Do you think me slipping the menu and brochure from the brothel into the bags of crap she came with and got last week had anything to do with her mental breakdown? LOL, it was evil, I know. Dude, I don't care. I think it's funny. Thanks for the support. I'll let you know how things go if they change. I'm heading back to Nevada at the end of the month. I may mail the bride a postcard from the brothel. They sell them there. I'm thinking a redhead. Sir, you're 64, you got a big family, kids you love, grandkids you love, and you're about to be free. And again, I'm sorry what happened. At some point, it's going to hit you hard that, there's going to be some level of sadness going on. And don't say it won't happen. But right now, you're just pissed off and want to get rid of her. But regardless, your point in your life, enjoy yourself. Do what you like. The fishing, the shooting. I had to watch it with the guns right now with the police, watching you like a hawk, but you get my point. Living your life and taking field trips to Nevada on occasion to get some tail. Life is yours. Do whatever the hell you want. You earned it. And you'll get through this. We'll be here with you. And anything interesting comes up in the next week or so, give us some updates and all that. And but remember, your bride's going to be trying every sneaky trick to get you to take her back, regardless. And sometimes it'll be playing your emotions, sometimes playing guilt, emotion, same thing. You know what I mean. There's gonna be different tactics to try to get you to change your mind. I wouldn't rule out her trying to get the kids to help make that happen, even the grandkids. But nope, don't do it. Move the hell on. She'll be fine. It's not your problem. End of story. And you're gonna be good. And enjoy your days, fishing, camping, shooting. Once the cops stop watching you, hang out with the grandkids, your kids, you're going to have a good life. And so appreciate you writing these things in and let us know down the road how you're doing. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And, guys, you got a great story or you got a question to ask me, send it my way, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. And if it's a good one, I'll definitely cover it. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.